From the head writer of Avatar The Last Airbender and the director of Uncharted 3 comes Netflix animation The Dragon Prince. It lands into place number 7 on my top 10 list of TV shows, and in this video I'll be talking about my favourite of the current 3 seasons, my favourite episode, favourite character, and the show's diversity, of which it is incredible, and believe me when I say, it won't be for the reasons you're currently thinking of. Let's dive in. Welcome to Hakuna MaChatter, the diversity in film and TV discussion channel, helping you to better understand the importance of diversity in film and TV. The Dragon Prince is the brainchild of Aaron Ahaz and Justin Richmond, and is one of 2 shows released in the last 5 years to make it onto this list. This big old prestigious list. It's one of those animated shows that finds that rare balance between being for both kids and adults. It's colourful and vibrant, with equally colourful and vibrant characters, complete with silly humour, as well as dealing with themes and events that add an incredible touch of heart and will resonate with older viewers as you question how the hell did they put that into a kids TV show. The influence of Avatar The Last Airbender is rife throughout The Dragon Prince, of course aided by the fact that Aaron Ahaz is co-creator of this show. The universe's magic system is similar to that of Avatar and draws upon the natural world. These are known as primal sources, and the 6 primal sources are the moon, the sky, the stars, the sun, the ocean, and the earth. And the magical creatures of the world are connected to a source, their nature and powers reflecting the source they are connected to. There is a 7th form of magic known as dark magic, and it is used by humans by drawing upon the power within magical creatures. Other noticeable Avatar links are that of voice actor Jack DeSena, who voiced Sokka in Avatar The Last Airbender. Here he voices the main character Callum, who by far has the best joke in the show to date. I'm not going to spoil it, don't worry, but it does come in season 3, so watch out for it if you've not seen it yet. Your clue? It's a reference to soccer. Also coming across to lend their creative talents is Giancarlo Volpe, who directed 19 of Avatar's episodes, as well as 11 of Star Wars The Clone Wars episodes as well. Its links to Avatar, however, are not what makes this show so brilliant. The aforementioned handling of adult themes in this kids' animation is where The Dragon Prince really shines. And it is through these themes and events that we begin to relate with our characters and go through the emotional journey with them. We have children and young adults in varying households where one parent has passed away, both parents have passed away, or one parent has walked away from the family. We have children forced into ruling entire kingdoms, young adults being paralysed from head to toe, and children learning of the death of a parent who they originally thought to be alive. The list goes on. It's the handling of these themes and how characters react, learn from, deal with, or either accept or reject what has or is happening to them and others. It humanizes them, allows them to be relatable, and makes the show accessible for the whole family. There's a lot more I can say to this, and that comes in conjunction with what I will say when I talk about the show's diversity. So for now, let's take a look at my favourite season and episode. My favourite season so far for The Dragon Prince is season 2, also known as Book 2, Sky. Part of me always wonders if the second season of a show is where it is either made or where it breaks, and certainly for a show that's higher up on this list, it started with an incredible first season but faltered in its second and lost hundreds of thousands of viewers. On the other hand, The Dragon Prince goes from strength to strength, and particularly the second half of Book 2 holds some of the show's more brilliant moments to date. I'm going to move heavy into spoilers now, so beware. What is great about The Dragon Prince is there aren't any really out-and-out villains. There are certainly more villainous characters, and some may argue that there are at least 2 out-and-out villains, but for me, at some points in the show, you will agree with something that every character does. Though of course, the ends don't always justify the means. This comes into full fruition when Soren, a mildly villainous character, though also very lovable, attacks a dragon and drastically loses the fight, ending with him being paralysed almost from head to toe. Though Soren was in the wrong for attacking the dragon, which cost lives as well as his ability to do, well, nearly anything, I couldn't help but want to reach out and comfort him, to save him in some way. And this is followed by his sister Claudia's reaction. She practically loses herself wanting to save her brother. She attacks healthcare workers and in the end uses incredibly dark magic to help save her brother. It was the single moment in the show where I thought, wow, this means business. That it was not beating around the bush. Our actions have consequences, and this is as far as those consequences can go. And it's bloody happening in a kid's show. And this moment is an echo of the previous 2 episodes to it, and these previous 2 episodes are my favourite episodes of the show. The flashback of King Harrow, a character we lost in the show's opening episodes, along with his mage, best friend, and the most villainous of characters, Viren, making the decision to step into enemy lands in order to claim the heart of a magma titan. A heart that will allow them to negate the winter months and grow crops, feeding hundreds of thousands of people, holds the direst of consequences. This decision of men ends in the death of not 1, not 2, but 3 queens. Queen Sarai, Queen Annika and Queen Neha, all apt in battle and all willing to throw down their lives for the greater good. The sacrifice of these 3 queens means that hundreds of thousands of people are saved from famine. It's one of the show's most somber moments, as well as one of its most beautiful. And there are other moments like these 2 episodes and like what happens with Soren throughout book 2 that really shine the light on the lesson of our actions have consequences. And this really helped to ground the Dragon Prince, and I keep saying this, but just make it relatable. Well, as relatable as a giant magma titan can be. And I'll talk about my favourite character and the show's diversity. They sort of come hand in hand, so we'll talk about them at the same time. So let's start with the show's diversity, and this is my favourite aspect of the Dragon Prince. If this list was a list of the most diverse shows, the Dragon Prince would win outright. The Dragon Prince has a multitude of diverse characters, from race and gender all the way to sexual orientation and disabilities. But what is so good about the diversity is that none of the storylines focus around what a person is, aside from human, elf or dragon. Everyone is just who they are because, well, that's how it is. That is how it is in the real world, and therefore that's how it is in the world of the Dragon Prince. If you're watching this video and you've never really felt that you've been represented properly in film and TV without having to have the story centered around that, then I really think you will find it in the Dragon Prince. And if you don't, well, then you can have your money back. And that's a really funny joke because every YouTuber makes the joke of you can have your money back. The Dragon Prince has already taken that next step into diversity, equality, and representation. It makes it an everyday thing. It is weaving into the core of the show, and it does it without being preachy, without being on the nose, and without asking for a congratulatory pat on the back. With the Dragon Prince's uniquely diverse character pool, it's really hard to land on a favourite character. The 3 leads of Callum, Rayla, and Ezra are all fun, flawed, and beautiful characters in their own right, but I think I land on General Amaya. The aunt to half-brothers Callum and Ezra, Amaya is one of the lead generals in the armies of Catullus, the main human kingdom, and is a formidable and fierce warrior. Amaya is a deaf mute, but this never stopped her reaching the level she has. And going on from what I said about the diversity of the show, her abilities are never questioned due to her audition. It is never spoken as a weakness or a hindrance. She is a deaf mute, and that is that. She is an accomplished warrior, and that is that. Actually, reading up about her in preparation for this video, I found that everything she signs throughout the show and other characters around her is 100% accurate, and that 2 American Sign Language interpreters were consulted to make sure that Amaya's communication was authentic and emotional. Oh, and I also learned that her favourite baked good is oatmeal raisin cookies. Normal mint choc chip does it for me. The Dragon Prince was an instant hit for me, and I am eagerly awaiting the next season. Hopefully, current climate withstanding, we won't have to wait too long for it. Have you seen The Dragon Prince? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to drop this video with a like. Join me on the next video in this countdown in which we find ourselves sparking the beginning of a rebellion. Hakuna MaChatter.